How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading while the price is going up or down. Up and coming crypto exchanges you need to know about in 2023. One of the main benefits of traditional crypto exchanges is their simplicity and user-friendly interfaces. These platforms typically offer a more straightforward and convenient experience compared to decentralized alternatives, making it easier for beginners to enter the world of cryptocurrency. Moreover, they offer a high level of liquidity, something that is essential for efficient trading, as you need someone on the other side of your trade. Public, one of the fastest growing, most trustworthy, no commission platforms in the market today, offers a comprehensive investment platform that empowers individuals to diversify their portfolios via a range of assets, including stocks, ETFs, treasuries, cryptocurrencies, artwork, and collectibles. On a technical note, the platform offers tailored company metrics, up-to-the-minute market analysis, live shows on market trends, and much more. The platform implements bank-grade security measures such as AES 128-bit encryption, TLS for secure data transmission, and default two-factor authentication. It was incepted in 2019. One of the fastest-growing exchanges as well on the market today, apparently, MaskX, is a trading platform that focuses on delivering a secure, user-friendly trading experience. Featuring an intuitive interface, it caters to both novice and experienced traders, offering a wide range of cryptocurrencies for portfolio diversification. Moreover, it comes with advanced trading tools, including real-time charting features, various order types, in-depth market data, enabling users to make informed decisions and execute their strategies efficiently. The platform features multi-tiered security protocols to protect user assets and personal information. These measures include utilizing cold storage for the majority of its funds, distributed storage systems, multi-signature technology, two-factor authentication, and encrypted SSL connections. MaskX launched several promotional campaigns aimed at enhancing client profit potential. If you want, you can read here on those things. There's only like a $500 prize pool for P2P people, and a $1,000 prize pool if you wish to use their credit card. Phoenix US stands out as the top choice for this writer, I guess, for automated trading in the cryptocurrency sphere due to its integrated auto trading bots, competitive fee structure, and user-friendly interface. They were also launched in 2019. The Singapore-based Phoenix has gained significant traction online by offering an affordable fee schedule along with a suite of 16 built-in trading bots. The US counterpart provides spot trading for and features 11 available bots, making it the most comprehensive automated solution for cryptocurrency trading. Depending on the pair, your fees can range from 0.05% to 0%, which applies to both manual and bot-assisted trading. There are a couple of snags. For example, it is unable to be accessed in a few states, and lacks some key fiat withdrawal options, and has insufficient bot tutorials on their website for how to actually use their bots. Our final exchange, Prime XBT, supports leveraged trading up to 100x for cryptocurrency and even higher for other asset classes, enabling traders to capitalize on market opportunities with minimal initial capital. Additionally, I would not suggest doing 100x leverage, by the way. Just don't. Stay away from leverage if you're a new trader. Additionally, the platform delivers an ultra-fast order execution rate, less than 7.12 milliseconds on average, and an industry-leading trading engine with real-time risk management. Lastly, all trading transactions are on the Amazon AWS framework, which is something that I see as a negative because Amazon is kind of crappy and you don't want one point for all of your data to go through, especially being a third-party point. On to our next one. The US dollar is now a risk-on asset, tweets crypto analyst. The musical artist and blockchain architect Marty Party posted on his Twitter page that the volume of the US dollar is diminishing and is about to drop almost 80%. He added that the world has started to lose confidence in the US dollar, witnessing the weakening volume as volume was its strength. Notably, on March 30th, he tweeted that USD is now a risk-on asset, adding that USD volume falls as people switch to other options. Significantly, USD volume has been exhibiting a negative inclination following the fall of the banking domains, namely Signature Bank and SBV. Comparatively, the US dollar has had substantial performance in 2022, with the index reaching a 20-year high of 114 in September 2022. However, the aggressive monetary policies and interest rate hikes of the Federal Reserve has resulted in the latest decline of the DXY. Meanwhile, several attempts have been put forward to the country to tighten the restrictions on crypto. US officials have been lobbying their Canadian and UK counterparts, which Balish Shavir-san, the former chief technology officer of the crypto firm Coinbase, explained as an attempt to block the exits before the digital devaluation of the dollar. Coinstar says Restrict Act could be used to ban Bitcoin. A bipartisan group of senators introduced a bill earlier this month that seeks to bolster the federal government's powers in fighting perceived foreign technology threats. And some in digital asset industry are worrying that it could possibly spell disaster for crypto. The bill, entitled the Restrict Act, has garnered the support of 21 lawmakers who have co-sponsored the bill, as well as the White House, which has urged Congress to act quickly and send it to the president's desk. In the name of protecting America's national security, the bill calls on the Secretary of Commerce to identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit, mitigate transactions involving information and communication technology products in which any foreign adversary has any interest. The key there is any foreign adversary having any interest, by establishing new procedures. Its introduction preceded the congressional hearing on TikTok last week, where officials grilled the social media application CEO with questions with their ties for China. The bill's language is so broad it could be used to prevent Americans from conducting cryptocurrency transactions or engaging with networks like Bitcoin entirely, according to Coinstar. Coinstar also said, although the primary targets of legislation are companies like TikTok, the language of the bill could potentially be used to block or disrupt cryptocurrency transactions, in extreme cases, block Americans' access to open source tools or protocols like Bitcoin. The advocacy group's main issue with the act is that it would create a regime within the Secretary of Commerce that would effectively run parallel to the U.S. Treasury Department and just be a waste of resources. In that sense, the regime would be redundant and create two different parts of the executive branch that can independently and without a lot of procedural checks ban technologies. Another problem with the bill, according to Coinstar, is the potential scope of the word interest, which could be exploited in order to ban Americans from using entire classes of technologies. If interpreted broadly, the advocacy groups warned in its blog. As an example, Coinstar referred to the blacklisting of Ethereum coin mixing tool TornadoCast last summer by the OFAC, which our government still uses. TornadoCast was sanctioned by the OFAC as a whole for its alleged use by North Korean state-sponsored hacking groups to launder stolen funds, which is funny because our elites do that. Coinstar stated it would not object to the Restrict Act if it was used narrowly to prevent Bitcoin transactions within a specific recipient, but cautioned against the interpretation that could argue the entire class of Bitcoin transactions, for example, is a class of transactions in which U.S. foreign adversaries have an interest. So their main concern here is the government saying, oh, well, because there's a Bitcoin node in China, China has an interest, so we're banning Bitcoin. So that's the main concern here. So on to the charts. So we got a pretty good move to the top of our golden pocket like we've been talking about, and we've fallen right from it. Pretty much like we've warned. Money flow is struggling to get above this 10 area on the 1 hour. We'll start back on the daily after we go over the 1 hour quick. VWAP is trying to break, but it looks like it kind of just flattened out here. Our money momentum is getting that red dot, so we could curl away here on our momentum. Stochastic looks like we could get a bearish cross. Our RSI is trying to run up, but if our stochastic gets that bearish cross, then our RSI will lose strength. So we'll go back to the 1 hour and then we'll work our way down to the 2 hour. So you can see we did get pretty much our full wedge breakout. Our stochastic does have a little bit of a bullish cross. Momentum is trying to recover. Money flow is coming back down, so that's kind of cautionary. VWAP's heading up. So medium term, we're trying to head up, but the money is still struggling to stay bullish on the daily. So that's something that has me concerned, especially since we got rejected by this value area high on our volume profile here. So that rejection kind of shows, and we broke through our point of control. Didn't even stop and retest it like we did back here. We just broke right through. So it's very likely we could hit our value area low here in a short amount of time if we don't get some sort of pattern to kind of taper us out. Stochastic's falling pretty aggressively, RSI's falling, momentum's curling pretty hard. This is on the 4 hour. Our money flow is starting to inch out. We're struggling to be above that 10 area. VWAP is kind of heading down, but it looks like it's flattening out a little bit, so that is slightly positive for medium term trying to recover. But based on that 1 hour, I'm not too positive about that. Over on the 2 hour here, our stochastic's starting to roll over. Our RSI is starting to roll over. Momentum is trying to kind of curl here on the bearish zone, so that is a positive sign. VWAP is trying to head bullish, but we could kind of curl away here if you look. So that's kind of a cautionary sign. So a little bit of indecision there. Overall, I'd say it looks pretty bearish. As, like I said, we broke both these zones. We could come up, retest our point of control, and if we broke through it and held above it, that would be positive. But in order to break through this area, we need to add some more volume up in this area here, where we have very choppy volume. Over on graph, we are still inside our pattern. We tried to peek out today, almost managed. This isn't really a top signal, but with Bitcoin looking bearish, it might kind of drag us down, as a doji candle is an indecision candle. Our stochastic is heading up. RSI is trying to head up. Our momentum is trying to head up. VWAP's trying to head up. But our money flow is kind of starting to break down here. So our money flow is leaving graph here as well. Over on the 4 hour, our money flow is trying to head up. VWAP's trying to head up. Our momentum is coming down though. And our stochastic's coming down. So our RSI is losing strength even though it's trying to point upwards. Our momentum looks like it could curl here and try to get a green dot or a little bit of a bullish push. But if this money flow rejects here, then that's not too likely. Over on the 2 hour, we do have a green dot, but we're starting to kind of roll over on the momentum wave. Our money flow is kind of heading out. We did get a little bit of a retest back here. Our VWAP's kind of rolling over after just barely peaking about a 6 on this bullish zone. Stochastic's trying to head up. Our RSI is kind of gone flat after a slight run up. And we are getting a little bit of a reversal arrow here after this push up. So I'd be a little concerned about that bringing us down. But it could also signal that since we slid a little bit, it could reverse upwards. So that's why I don't really pay attention to the blue arrow much, because it's kind of indecisive. Stochastic on the 1 hour looks like we could get a bearish cross. RSI is trying to head up. VWAP looks like we're starting to head down. Our money flow is heading up after getting a little bit of a retest there, so that is a positive sign. The 1 hour looks like we may get a little bit of a breather and maybe continue some bullish momentum. Our momentum wave looks kind of goofy here, real rigid. It was starting to curl, then headed back up, but if these start to curl out, we could start to curl again, so this could be an oddly shaped momentum wave. Over on Anchor, way zoomed in, we got rejected by our value area low for this range that we had, and we are bouncing on our point of control, so we're kind of sandwiched in between the two. Our RSI is heading down, stochastic's kind of heading down, money flow got rejected, VWAP's very weak and starting to curl, and our momentum is counter to everything, is trying to curl up, but with everything else starting to head down, I think that momentum is going to start to head down with it. Over on the 4 hour, momentum's heading down. It is kind of trying to curl off this neutral zone, so I'd watch for that. Money flow broke bearish. It was mostly bearish all day. It looks like it wants to try and be bullish, so watch the next few candles and see if it can make up its mind. Stochastics overall heading down, VWAP's trying to head up, so lots of indecision there. Money flows coming out on the 2 hour though, Stochastics heading up, RSI's starting to curl, or Stochastics might see if it can break that 30 zone. If we can, then that'd be good for the RSI. If we kind of curl away from here, then the RSI could start to fall. Momentum's very weak, bullishly, could start to curl and fall here. Our momentum looks like it printed a green dot, tried to go up, but kind of started to round out. So I'd say the 2 hour looks flat or slightly bearish to me at this current time. Stochastics rolling over, RSI is trying to head up, our money flows well into the green here. Don't know why we're having trouble on the other time frames. VWAP's trying to head up pretty strongly, our momentum's trying to head up, RSI is trying to head up. So the 1 hour looks like we could pump some life into that 2 hour. If that is the case, then that would be positive for our 4 hour and daily. Over on XRP for the daily, starting with a red candle here. We got good move yesterday. Stochastics running up, but it's starting to curl. RSI is starting to curl. Momentum starting to curl. VWAP starting to curl, and money flow starting to break bearish. So overall, we're starting to look very bearish again. Over on the 4 hour, our money flows well into the green, even though on the daily we're losing it. Stochastics heading down. RSI is heading down. Our VWAP is kind of flat, but it's slightly trying to head up. So we're slightly bullish looking on the 4 hour at best. On the 2 hour, money flows overall coming down. We did take a bit of a dip and kind of recover, so that's slightly bullish. VWAP's trying to head up, but it's very, very weak. Momentum's trying to make a curl here after peaking in the bearish zone, and our RSI is starting to roll over. And our stochastic looks like we could get a bearish cross. So based on that and the money flow coming out, I'd say we might start to come back down. Over on the 1 hour, we're getting a red dot printing. VWAP's breaking bearish. Money flows coming down pretty strong. We're getting very low here. We're at about 7. RSI is heading down. Stochastic's heading down, but we could get a bullish cross. So if we don't get that bullish cross and we kind of just flop under and that red dot takes over, then that could spill us going down to this 40-cent support area and possibly losing this 50-cent area that we've been in. Over on algo, we have a slight bearish candle here, not quite as big as our bullish candle. This would be a good area to bounce off as we hit some supports from our previous ranges that we've had. We've rejected that point of control though, so that is a bearish scenario, as it means we could come down to our value area low. We're getting a reversal arrow as well. Stochastic's trying to head up, RSI is trying to head down. So Stochastic's trying to give our RSI strength, but it's heading down. VWAP looks like we could roll over. Our money flow is coming out and pretty bearish and starting to sharply head out, so that's concerning. Money flow is trying to round out. Our momentum's trying to round off after trying to make a bullish push. So overall, we're looking pretty bearish here, and we could start to retrace some of these gains. We're looking pretty toppy here on the 4 hour as we're kind of rounding out and sputtering down. Our stochastic's heading down, RSI's heading down. Our momentum is kind of heading down as well, so overall we're looking pretty bearish here. Our VWAP's kind of flat in the bearish zone, so that is positive as we could try and come back up. Our money flow is trying to come up, so if that money flow can persist, maybe everything else will start to turn around. Over on the 2 hour, money flow is coming up pretty strong. About 24, so double of what Bitcoin's at. Momentum is peaking bearish, but not very strongly. VWAP's barely peaking bearish here too, so we'll have to see if we can kind of get like a curl here. RSI's heading down, our stochastic's kind of flat, so overall we're pretty bearish looking on the 2 hour here. Over on the 1 hour, stochastic's making a bearish cross and starting to head down pretty aggressively. VWAP's heading down. Money flow is pretty strong though, and our momentum is heading down with a red dot. So overall, we're pretty bearish. Maybe this money flow is going to start to come back down on the 1 hour, which could leach out on the higher time frames. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.